started this journey probably 26 years ago, and basically with these two here, Nancy and Monty Tabak. This has always been a dream of mine to coach at USA Games or World Games. I have been to 5 or 6 USA Games and World Games as a unified partner, but I've never coached a team. You know, so I got this in my head probably 5 years ago, and we put the team together. And I handpicked every person on this team for their personality. And I picked every athlete to go with that personality. Because I have had the experience, and I wanted them to have the experience. And it just clicked from day one, first practice. And I've coached in Special Olympics for 26 years. I've coached in leagues. I've never had a team click like this before. And that is your ultimate goal as a coach, is to have a team that gels. That's your first start right there. And then when we found out that we were going to USA Games, probably about over a year and a half ago, you know, I told them, this is the journey that we're going to take. None of them have ever been. Barbie's seen it on the unified side. But I told them that we would have to raise our money to go. It would not come out of Brevard County's budget. That was also to be a team-building project for them. They had to create the fundraisers. They had to make the money for it. I think the last tally I had that they raised was over $28,000. So thank you. So as I know, we have put money back into Brevard County from what this team has done. They created the fundraisers. They went out and did it as a team, athlete and partner. I told him, Coach does not do car wash, and I don't do bucket drops. So whatever else you want to do, let me know. But let me say a little about the game for those of you that are not familiar with unified sports. Unified sports is where we take an individual with a disability and we pair them up with somebody without a disability. And we put them on a playing field. And we try to make it an equal playing field. And we go out and we play a sport. There were 16 sports there this weekend, and probably half of them were unified. And I think that you can talk to any of these team members and find out this whole 7 days was nothing about the sport. Was it not? This is what was taught between the athletes and the partners. And moms, they can all do laundry now. They know how to work a washer, dryer, make their own bed. They can do towels, all of that. That's what unified is about. It's about life lessons. But I do have to say about this team, every team that we played out there, we played 8 games in 4 days. And it seemed like every time we started off, we were behind. But I believe in this team so much that they can come back from anything. Our first game on Tuesday, we were down by 12 runs in the first inning, and we hadn't even got to the plate. There was not one face that was down coming into that dugout because they knew that they could get it back. We got up and we got 3 up, 3 down in that inning. They still never put their heads down. And that's what, there was not an athlete or partner that did. That's what made this team successful. First, we have our pitcher, Jessica Beckner. And all I got to say is, it was very, very hot in New Jersey, and she went out and she pitched almost every game against male athletes and male partners, probably 2 times her size, hitting the ball back at her. So, and thank you for coming back and watching. We have Katie Haggerty. Yeah, exactly. Well, we went to the medical tent every day, and they knew us very well. They had the ice and bandages ready, so that was, I said we were all going to come back in a wheelchair on the airplane. We need 15 wheelchairs to get back to Florida, but we only needed 1, so we're good to go. But Katie did an awesome job. She's our speedster out there. Next we have Tori Scheffler. Tori is probably our newest member, and it was kind of an emergency that we had to get Tori out there to have the unified partner. But she is actually going to be, or is, a senior in high school this year. She's been practicing with the team. She fit right in. She actually flew in from a mission trip to Mexico the Thursday, I guess it was early Friday morning at 3 a.m. and turned around and left with us by 12. So thank you for everything you've done for us. Give me some love. Chuck is my catcher, and I have to say, when I first started this journey of Special Olympics, Chuck was one of the first athletes I coached. He was in Johnson Junior High School, right? Yes. I was very young. Very, very young. Chuck is my catcher, and being in catcher's gear and all that, he hung in there for 5 days in a row doing that, so awesome job. I'll have to say about Will that this was a learning experience for Will. He's always played on the team where he was the man. Okay? And it took kind of a while to turn it around that this is a team. Austin is also a utility player. Wherever I ask him to play, he goes out there and he does the job. He is a partner. He came to us, I think, 2 years ago and just wanted to volunteer and help out and check balls, and here he is now. We couldn't get rid of him. I mean, we couldn't get rid of him. He goes Mr. Miller, come on down. Rich Miller is my left fielder. He is an original member of the team. Just have to tell a little funny story on Rich. This is his favorite story anyways. Well, when I first started the team, I had asked his wife Barbie if she'd play, and I said, well, what about your husband? Why don't you do it as a family thing? So she goes home and she asks Rich if he'd play, and she calls me back. She goes, no, Rich is not going to play. He's afraid he's going to hurt somebody. And I said, I tell you what, because I knew the athletes I had coached them in basketball. I said, I tell you what, ask Rich to come to 1 practice, please. Just 1. Just get him to come to 1. She's like, all right, I'll do that. Rich comes out to the first practice. He goes diving for a ball, somersault. The athletes are running over, picking him up. They're the ones banging the ball at him. Serve it. So, and he's been here ever since. And that was the joke this morning. I said, Rich, you haven't hurt anybody, have you? Yeah, which this is the one with the picture in the paper. Probably the fastest kid I've ever seen, and he got the nickname out there of Roadrunner. And it's true. One of our newest members, also, he just started with us this year. Never played softball before in his life. Didn't know how to pick up a bat. And in the second to the last game that we played, he went 3 for 3.
We're good.